All right. What's happening, man? It's your boy, Colin Park. Yeah, we had some guests in here. They didn't come in here and do the grips like they supposed to, get the stuff back straight. But it's your boy, Colin Park. With a little paint where it ain't a little seasoning, you have some problems with that thing. A little seasoning with some reasoning.
Keep their hands off my shit.
That's like that way I can't go nowhere. Yeah. They be all in my stuff.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Man. So man, yeah, we up in this thing, man. Welcome back to Soundproof Hunger Room. You look down at the bottom, we got them hoodies jumping off in there, man. We've been getting a lot of support. We appreciate y'all getting that merch on. We're going to keep pushing it. We also going to get them t-shirts going when it warm up. But it's still cold down here. It's still a little cold. It might not be cold for you, but it's cold for me, brother. I don't like it. What you got for the people, man? Welcome back, first off.
What up, dog?
Nah.
I will say I missed y'all, but I'll be lying. But I'm happy I'm here.
Okay, I guess that's good enough. People just got to take what they gonna get.
Just gonna cut my shit off.
Yeah, it just be like that. Moving along.
Let's go, man.
Man, before we get started, man, I want to
Hold on, man. Let me shout out Shannon, man. Hold on, man. Let me shout out Miss Shannon Christopher, because she made sure I got shouted out. Even though you wanted to put me at the end of the show, she was like, "We gonna shout Ralph out at the beginning, put my government out there and everything."
Yeah.
So shout out to Miss Christopher for looking out for me.
Well, see, I see that y'all just like to cut your brother off, and it's all right. I just let everybody get that shot. I just push buttons.
We ain't got time.
I just push buttons. Shout out to Shannon holding it down for your boy while he wasn't here.
I mean, they was in the seats, man. Don't give them all that credit.
Man, I wanted to say real quick, something happened to me yesterday that made me just look at, you should always have your mind open to learning things from even sources you don't even understand. You heard of the whole saying that blood is thicker than water.
True.
What's your or what's the meaning behind that? What most of us think it is.
I mean, people say blood thicker than water. For me, it's a thing of, they talk about family. You should always be loyal to family, whatever. I don't believe it.
So yesterday, I set that up, but I'll talk about this guy I work with. Younger guy, 20 years old, white guy. He's in the heavy metal, very standoffish. He'll tell you he's on the spectrum. So when you talk to him, he kind of looks away. Yeah. He won't really look you in the eye. He stays away from everybody. But the few times I work with him, we always have different conversations. Mm-hmm. And turns out this kid he's real smart. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday we was talking, and somehow that came up, blood is thicker than water. And he was like, actually, that's how he talk.
I was wondering.
Yeah, he does, because he played the Dungeons and Dragons and them type guys. Yeah, he one of them type guys. But yeah, all right. So. But everybody kind of right on. But we was working, and I'm talking to him, and he said that came up, blood thicker than water. He was like, actually, that's not what it really means. And he said it's actually the covenant.
No free advertisement.
Yeah, thank you. The covenant, the blood of covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So when you look at that, and he explained, he said the covenants that you make throughout your life are stronger than what you have with your family just because you were born into it. Because those are choices you made, and you put actual effort to build those bonds. So, and I looked it up, and it came straight out the Bible. That's where he said, yeah, that's the original. So, of course, I know how you feel about that. But that's the actual, and that's where people took it. They just took blood is thicker than water.
Right, they didn't read
the actual whole thing is
they didn't read it.
Yeah, the blood of the covenant.
You know how y'all do, man. Y'all
yes, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Oh, okay.
And so for me, I just like you can learn something from anybody.
That's deep. You know what I'm saying?
Don't matter
That's
who
deep.
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you 20-year-old white guy.
Yeah. His name is Austin. I leave it. He ain't looking at this, but
see what I'm saying? You supposed to put Austin on. You know what I'm saying?
It is Austin. You know what I mean? But
appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
Man.
That's dope, bro. Actually, it's dope. I ain't gonna downplay him. That's dope.
Yeah. But So what's been going on with you, brother?
Staying out the way, dog. That's it. Staying out the way. Keeping my peace.
You been buying them eggs up?
I mean, I'm buying eggs every week. I buy eggs every 4 days, so it don't matter. Yeah, 3 eggs a day, so.
Okay. All right, well, shit, let's go and jump up in this thing. We gonna get on this news, man. Get on this news.
Let's sit down.
Man, let's talk about the Super Bowl. There was a couple of controversies, but one of the ones that stood out to me was Demar Hamlin jacket criticism. He wore a jacket that had a crucifix on it, and it was like caricatured. I didn't even read what the jacket said. Eternal. And a lot of people was on his head about it. Then he came out like the next day and apologized, saying he didn't really think it was the big deal, or he didn't understand. That's what he said. How you feel about that?
Hey, man, wear your jacket, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is for you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna please everybody every time, man. I understand what happened to you. What if you don't even subscribe to that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So who am I to tell you, well, you shouldn't wear that because what happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You explain to me why? Because what if I don't subscribe to that?
Right.
People always gonna hate you for something, man. Was it art? Looking at the jacket, his age and all that, he wasn't trying to make a statement. The man liked the jacket, he put it on.
Yeah,
I left it right there. Now, whoever one of the people that was really criticized that came out with it, which I didn't understand. Once again, this whole running the social media instead of being able to reach out because he's a person that could have reached out and talked to the young man. Was AP. AP was he put the pressure on him to look, but I like what the young man said. After talking to my parents,
right,
I understood how it could look, and then he said he apologized for it. But I like the fact that he didn't care about what AP said. He said by talking to my parents, because I think if his mama would have told him, "Fuck AP, put that jacket on," he'd have left that jacket on.
Yeah,
but oh man, you can't make everybody happy, man. It is what it is. If you don't subscribe, it depends on how deep you are into that subscription. You know what I'm saying? In your life, because some people don't. Some people do it as fashion. You see a lot of people.
That's what I looked at.
You know what I'm saying? So even the religious side of it, a lot of people do it as fashion, man. So it sounds good to say. So I mean, I looked at it like, hey, who would you to be?
Yeah, but a lot of these retired players, Hall of Famers, they feel like they are the gatekeepers of what's happening in the current games. That's if you make football and basketball.
If you make a call to that young man, y'all have a conversation. It could have got rectified like that, man. You ain't
let it be.
You ain't had to put it all out. Who was you to? You know what I'm saying? Put it out there to the public. If you the one that had the problem with it, I ain't give a damn.
Yeah.
I looked at it, what kind of coat he got on? And then I moved on. I said, why are you sitting with them? But that's where I was at with it. What he doing up there with them? But, that's something different. Go ahead and talk. They used that young man. Go ahead. They used that young man. That's where I was at with it.
I was thinking, I'm like, dang, why are they parading this guy around?
I'm saying. Like, I was on, I think I was talking to Flex. Shout out to the Nickel City. He out there handling real business right now. I am different. You
Yeah, they killing him too. Yeah. But he's staying with it. We need him to get that work in.
Do your thing. We got I got you. Sean got you.
Indeed.
I think I told Sean, I said, Flex. I said, how we know that's him up there in Buffalo? Because I was like,
where did
that
got a mask on. Where's this whole this whole clone thing came from? Somebody thought I said, I don't know.
I don't know if that's him. He got a mask on the whole time. I was talking shit though. You know what I'm saying? And it just ran. People ran with
Everybody ran with that. Like, what is going on?
Because you don't know that was him sitting up there. You don't know. All of a sudden, he in the window. Hey, Mom. I don't know.
I'm probably finna blow up the internet with this one. So when we was sitting there in Hollywood last weekend, we went to our homeboy. Shout out Hollywood.
Shout out to the Wood.
His birthday. He had a birthday just passed. And
happy 58th.
We went over there and we went over there for the Super Bowl. And before, look at this guy. Pause for the cause.
You don't need to pause. I'm a grown ass man.
Not drinking it with that bottle with two hands like that.
No free advertising. Go ahead, talk.
But we sitting there, me and him, I got there early, so we sitting there talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm conspiracy theorist." So he threw that out there. He was like, "With the Demar Hamlin, oh, it's a clone." I was like, "Man, what you talking about?"
Hey, man.
Then he shot back to the, Tupac ain't dead.
I'm glad I was asleep at that point. I think I was asleep.
No, it was before everybody got there, so it's just me and him. So I'm having to take all of
glad
that.
I missed it.
Mike Jackson ain't dead. I said, "What you talking about?" He go, "Did they show the body?" Either one of them, they showed the body. Then he go into the whole events with Pac, and I was like, man, I really don't care enough to look into these things, But he kept talking, and
Johnny Depp and Forrest Whitaker did an investigation.
Right. I said, dude, that was a movie. What are you talking about?
Moving on.
But yeah, shout out to Hollywood.
Shout out to what?
But yeah, I always wonder where that clone stuff came from. But anyway, we're going to stick on football for a little bit longer. They indicted Alvin Kamara for the altercation he had up in Vegas last year. I think it was last.
Alvin Kamara.
What I said?
I don't know, but it wasn't that.
I didn't say Alvin?
You got that country shit. You might have.
I thought I said Alvin Kamara.
He was like, I'm a Kamara.
You ain't finna come in and keep taking shots at me, homie.
Go ahead, talk.
He got indicted for the altercation he had in Vegas. And I know it happened over a year or so ago. It was a while.
During Super Bowl last year.
No.
Yeah,
it was Super Bowl.
The Rams.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it had me just kind of sitting back and thinking about how they treat athletes when things of that nature happen. And when I say things of that nature, I say things that usually happen like in club-like atmospheres or out in the street in the atmospheres. And a lot of times with a lot of athletes, it takes a long time for it to really get to the court system and when they're going to trial and all these things. Why do you think that is?
I mean, you got calendars, you got an investigation to see if it's even worth it. It happened. It got to be addressed because he's a public figure, I guess. So, they probably waited as long as they could. They probably picked the furthest day in that calendar at that point. Maybe it would have went away, and it didn't. You see the young man, whoever was, suing for like $10 million. I'm like,
yeah.
But I guess he was in there talking crazy. From what I understand, he was in there talking crazy, and some people can't talk crazy. So. And
that was the other point I wanted to make also. I'm glad you said that. Keisha said, is that a sippy cup?
Keisha mind her business.
That was another point I wanted to ask. A lot of times when these athletes and celebrities that go in, say the average nightclub where everybody's partying, they become a target at that point.
Real.
A lot of people run up that either they trying to get something out of them or they trying to do something they ain't got no business. They want to test their toughness or whatever. And you can't expect for athletes or entertainers to always take the high road. So I'm looking at it like at some point they need to have a little bit more leeway or a little bit more security or something where they don't have to deal with the average person trying to get at them when they out in situations like this. And I think a lot of times that's why a lot of this stuff kind of goes away or it takes forever for it to really come to fruition when they put it in the court system.
They're humans. They're humans. I'm pretty sure there was some alcohol involved. Or maybe he just wasn't in the mood to hear whatever my man was talking about. I don't know. But you gotta do the best you can to avoid them situations. And that's anybody. He just happened to, the guy, I'm just gonna say, he talking to somebody with a little bit of bread, so he made it worth it. I hope it was worth it to him. I heard they beat the brakes off. Allegedly put
that work on him.
But
imagine just every time you went to hang out. I don't know. We don't really go to clubs like that, but just say we went somewhere.
We don't go to clubs at all, sir. We ain't got to say it like that. Well, we don't go at all.
We hanging with.
Oh. Shout out to my boy Cannon.
What up, Cannon?
Shout out to my boy Cannon.
Another birthday that just passed by. But just imagine though, if we were somewhere and everywhere you went, folks just tried you. Just on GP.
At some point, you gotta make a decision. You're gonna stay in the house. You're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You can't even put your friends in that situation because how many situations you done heard where, the friend could catch one of the noodle over trying to be, protect you or whatever. So at some point, you got to make a decision. Just be like, yo, I'm chill, man. We bring them here.
So how you feel about the Ja situation? Ja Morant and the folks he got rolling with him.
Ja got to get control of his circle. He can be whatever he want to be. We don't know Ja. I look at Shannon Sharp as he crazy for just thinking that you put up, like they showed a picture of a guy 15. What 15-year-old dude is acting out with his parents? But when you get older, you make a lot of decisions on your own. You know what I'm saying? So, to say that he acting and all that, I believe he is who he is. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get control of your circle. I don't know if you're paying these guys so they feel like they got to do this. The NBA will get scared of you and get rid of you.
Yep. So,
I mean, you got to control that.
Yeah. I feel the same way. You reach certain levels, you got to leave some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even if they rolling with you, man, you got to realize you the money.
Yeah.
So, you hurt your moms and dad when that's what happened. Just get control of it, man, before they mess up your money, man.
Yeah, and some people that roll in circles like that, man, they got that one guy that's just waiting for the jump out. You like, dude, I'm not even upset. Right. And he ready to jump out.
You gotta single me out like that. I'm just saying. But I think as he get older, or hopefully, a veteran he respects talk to him. It all calm down. Yeah. But Daddy Morant wide open too right now. So I mean,
you gotta get it.
Somebody got to grab somebody's hand.
Yeah, somebody got to do something. With the granddad at? With the uncle at? They're gonna talk to him. Something.
Somebody call him, man. Holla at him. I like Morant, so listen.
Yeah, I do too.
I hope that situation, go away.
Yes, indeed. Still with the football. We got a lot of football today. Micheal Irvin was accused of some kind of misconduct in a hotel.
Get your money, Mike.
He turns around, he sues them for $100 million, the hotel and the accuser, because the accuser works at the hotel.
Get your money, Mike.
For $100 million. The video that they found said it was a 45-second interaction. Mm-hmm. He simply spoke to the woman, shook her hand, and went on about his business.
Get your money, Mike.
What are these folks trying to do to these? I'm not understanding.
Get your money, Mike.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, they say it's looking good because it's absolutely nothing.
I mean, it messed him up from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he couldn't do his job for the Super Bowl. They let him do some interviews, but he was supposed to be on camera announcing and stuff.
They was like, nope.
You taking money out that man's pocket, and you defamation of character, defamation of name.
Get your money, Mike.
Yeah, he need to get that lick because that was some bull. But we still got Brett Favre. Let's talk about Brett Favre. As you all know, he allegedly, make sure I say that, stole money from.
He did it.
The welfare, I guess, system over Mississippi. They haven't pressed any criminal charges, but he is in court to pay back because it's like him and 20 other people to pay back money that was stolen. So, again, this is privilege at its best. So he has no criminal charges. But what he decides to do is to go and sue Shannon Sharp, Pat McAfee, and one of the state auditors for defamation. Because he said, they keep bringing his name up and that what they're saying isn't true and things of this nature. So he's trying to sue people now. How you feel about that?
Get your money, Mike.
Oh, my God.
But I don't care nothing about Brett Favre, man. I hope the people win against him. So that's it. I ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, it's just annoying that you continue to put yourself out there when you done stole from the poorest people in the country, and you still want to just be walking around and talking about, well, nah, y'all lying, but they got the records, they got the text message, and you ain't got no criminal charges on you. Let that have been one of us. Man, they would have hit our pocket so fast and locked us up. But anyway, we'll move along. That's gonna be it for the news. So that's gonna be it for the news. So now we're gonna get into some topics that have come up and are I won't even say trending, but just stuff that we want to talk about. Shout out Sister Shauna Crespo for posting this picture of Rihanna and ASAP holding the baby. If you haven't seen it, it's a cover of Vogue.
Who read?
Hey,
go ahead. Go ahead.
On the cover of Vogue. Let me tell you, when this came up, that thing blew up real quick.
It did.
It blew up quick, and for rightful reasons, because it gives us a barometer or a thermostat of how we look at each other and how we create our own things in our own minds, and we push that agenda.
I like the way you put that.
So if you haven't seen the cover of Vogue, Rihanna and ASAP are on the beach. They're fully clothed. ASAP is in the back. Rihanna is at the very front of the picture holding ASAP's hand, and ASAP is holding their baby. One of the arguments in the picture was that Rihanna was in front and it was emasculating for ASAP. As I read through the comments, half of the people in there said Rihanna bought ASAP up. Nobody knew who he was before they got together.
Not a lot of people, just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one. Shout out to my sister. Sister Shabazz.
Shabazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was way off.
And I think Sister Crespo believed it, but
way off.
I don't think she.
You can't subscribe to that.
Yeah, I don't think. I think she just was like, that's all right, and she went with it. But you wasn't right either.
Nah, way off. But those were the two. Well, that to me was. Those were the two factors that was going into that picture that, it was emasculating and other people felt like it was just fine. And then you had the other thing that this is the message that they want to push. There is a hidden agenda behind these pictures. That's where the conspiracy theories and all that this is the message that they want to push, and this is how they want us to look at each other. I personally enjoy the picture. I love it. The fact that we have a black man there with his family that he is creating with his woman, and he's holding the baby. This is one thing that the nation has done successfully and continuously try to do, is pull the black man out of the family. So now that he's even in this picture, if we want to look at, all these theories and stuff, now it's a problem because he in the back and he holding the baby.
Shamo.
I just don't get it. What do y'all want? If these folks in love and they having kids and he decided to say, hey, babe, I'll do the photo shoot with you. First off, they ain't talking to no dudes in Vogue like that. If she hit him up and said, hey, I want to do a shoot with me, you and the baby. All right, cool. This is about you. Do your thing. I'll be back here chilling. What you need? What's wrong with that?
Let's break it down. Let's address the emasculating first. And what it has done to us as men. We're super into this masculine thing. We overdoing it. We hyper masculine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Where
like
every little thing that we see it's against us. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to a man and a woman. That's what, some of this man versus woman, a lot of that comes from man feels like this should always be like, and I can't tell nobody what their depiction of a man is, you know. But like I was telling my homeboy on his page when they were talking about the same thing, I said some men so hyper masculine they look weak to me, and they trying to cover it up with all this masculinity, but it's really you soft.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You soft. You know, that's the issue that I seen a man and his family even hold a baby, and if you a man and if you ever held your baby with one arm and your girl got the other arm, I'm pretty sure y'all ain't side to side. That's you know what I'm saying.
right.
you got the baby, and there's nothing emasculating about that. To me personally, let me say that. People just spend too much time on nonsense. Like they make it's like they took a beautiful moment, like you was talking about, of a couple, an actual married couple, just you know their family, and took it into me versus you, or you know all that, and that shit corny, man. I don't want to address Sister Shabazz. I think she had enough. You know what I'm saying? Understand this, man. And as a man who's dealt with women that make more money than them, that doesn't make you any less of a man, and that doesn't mean she defines you either.
Right.
You know, the Vogue was about her. Like I said on the post, who reads Vogue? And I got a whole cut and paste about Vogue, and I still stand on the fact of who reads Vogue. Because in my house, my grandmama house, and my auntie house,
you ain't seen no Vogue.
You seen Essence, Ebony, and the Jet. And if you when they get a little younger, you might go to your girl house or something. She might have a Cosmo because she was into the perverted side of Cosmo. Cosmo keeping sex articles going.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
word porn.
Right. You know, you had that. I don't know nobody that reads Vogue. You know, I see people read Vogue and I'm gonna be honest. The grocery store. And if it's a black person reading it, it's a black person on the cover. And they go right to that article. They don't pay for that magazine though.
Because it's a thick one and it's expensive.
They scan through that joint and they put that boy right back on the oh, they put on the shelf with the bread at. Because you know how y'all do. Y'all will walk around the store with a magazine and don't put it back.
Goodness.
Like they say it's for fashion and all that. And I can only speak through the lens that I see through, and I don't even see a lot of black people. Nobody goes to Vogue for style. I don't see nobody walking down the street and something they seen in Vogue. Like, and we are trendsetters, so I mean, black people come up with their own thing.
Right.
You know, so I looked at that, I was just like, yo, I don't know who even read Vogue. So, and the comment was made was, will he be on Vogue without her? Probably not. But you know what? His circle don't read Vogue probably. Yeah. So why would he want to be on? Yeah, why would he want to be on Vogue? But
the only people I know that read Vogue or look at Vogue are people that are directly in fashion.
Like in the fashion, yeah.
Into fashion.
Like, yeah, I don't know people just riding around, you know, housewives might get them. They got Cosmo because they ain't trying to be freaky. Yeah, they ain't even reading Vogue.
Ain't nobody outside of people that are directly in fashion.
Right, and I ain't knocking Vogue. I just don't know nobody that's their magazine of choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might, go to Yo MTV Rap. Remember that magazine?
They had a magazine?
I thought it was. Well, yeah, it was a magazine.
I thought it.
No, Word Up.
Word Up.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Word Up. Yeah. So, it threw me, and I didn't even want to comment on it because when I started reading comments, I was like, man.
I mean, just to see that somebody thinks that, and they got their right to think whatever they want to. Somebody makes you based on certain things. I understand, I think what she was trying to say. I don't think that's in example she gave. I don't think those people make each other. I think they both stand firmly on their own.
Yeah, and started posting pictures of Jay would never let Beyonce in front of her.
And I don't want my woman walking behind me. If she walk in front of me, I hope she's stunting when she's doing it.
Right.
Because I get a kick out of shit like that.
Right. So, I'm looking at that ad while you walking.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I kind of looked at the picture With Rihanna, like, yo, I'm out here with my family doing my thing.
Right.
Boom. You
Get
know what
your
I'm saying?
shine
Like,
on.
that's how I looked at it. Like, he ain't really paying attention. Like, yeah, okay, get that check.
Right.
I'm gonna play with Lil ASAP right here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. But this whole emasculating thing is kind of going too far with us because we need to know who we are. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about what some hell. They think you're lazy as a black person anyway. You don't fight that, but you want to fight the emasculating thing all day. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, they done did a number on us.
So I get it, but we know the truth. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want to hear. I guess I just. You can say what you want to, man. I know who I am, bro. Yo, we compliment each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it the way I guess because I don't subscribe to that kind of stuff. To me, that comes from insecurity. Mm-hmm. That's that hyper masculinity thing that a lot of guys got where they feel like they got to do this, they got to do that. Mm-hmm. Just be cool. You look cool anyway. If your girl walk in first, they be like, "Oh, who's that?" Then you walk in like, "Hey,
yeah, dang, that's a lucky little bro, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
What he doing? What he done did to get that?
You know what
what's happening?
Sit there and hate on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I like that energy.
Right.
But we gotta do better, man. As far as us men knowing who he is and stop letting society dictate how we should be. Mm-hmm. You know, I just seen somebody post it. My man, if you send me, look, I'm gonna tell y'all here. They gonna stop this show for a public service announcement. Hey, don't send me 80 posts a day. I'm telling you now, they are not making it. They not making it.
And they be around the same stuff.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, brother. We need more topics than that because we ain't posted that all day.
Hey, man. That's called conditioning, man. It's called programming for a reason.
I appreciate the support, though. But hey, my brother.
Yeah, we love you, man.
Not all day.
Switch it up a little bit.
All right?
You know
that's all I'm asking. Bro,
I can't take you nowhere, man.
I looked in the clip today. I said, God damn. So I've been reviewing and trying to get the best ones. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let these ride. I'm gonna let these, but nah.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's
too much.
Make me start hating ladies out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what, dog? You right. You know what I'm saying? So let's switch that up a little bit. Back to the show.
Well, one of them is based off of something he threw up in there, and it was the opposite. It was one brother on there talking about chivalry is dead. I don't feel like I have to go and ring the doorbell and open the door for my lady, or if I'm on a date for a woman. He was like, it's just it don't move me enough to do it. I don't think I should have to do that. And of course, he was some little young thundercat.
That was in the post?
It was in one of them.
Oh, I
yeah, it was in one of them. Or maybe it was somewhere else. I saw it.
That's Brother Carish right there. That's got Brother Carish all over it.
Car, you gotta come defend yourself. We need to have that conversation.
Natural life, don't do that. We ain't playing with you today.
We got to have that conversation.
We ain't playing with you today.
Look at him. He in there already.
Yeah, he popped up. He couldn't wait.
You got to come through. We got to have that conversation. So y'all do what y'all do in the chat, but we not gonna do. We gonna have that on the show when you come in here. In fact, y'all make sure y'all check out Derek's Corner, Cars Corner.
Yeah,
Cars Corner.
Check out Cars Corner.
Just listen. Y'all check those out. They on all platforms. Good brothers, man. Check them out. But yeah, dude said it's just he don't think it's worth it to do those things, and I can't even say it's generational because that's just. I guess I have to look at who raised this young man, who taught you how to court a woman, and it's probably a woman, or the lack of a male figure in his life. To tell him that these are the things that need to be done. Or if it is somebody, they was on some other stuff too. But it's just hard for me for him to, and I would say demographically, because I know a lot of places, the South, we have the Southern hospitality thing. And then when people come here from other places, and
that's individual, bro. I ain't from down here, and I got it.
But a lot of people from up north be like, nah, I ain't gotta let her on the bus first. I ain't gotta open the door for her.
The bus thing is a I'm gonna say a Atlanta thing, because brothers from Florida that come up here, they look at us crazy too.
Really?
You know, that's just something that y'all do. You know what I'm saying? People going home, man, they ain't thinking about none of that. You know, right or wrong. I mean, I think that's just a thing that y'all love to do. I applaud brothers who don't subscribe to that, even though I do, because they stand on what they believe. Mm. One of my close homeboys, he get on the bus. He feel like he worked all day. Mm-hmm. He getting on the bus. And sometimes it do come down to what uniform you got on.
Yeah, now I'm for that. And where you was standing when we was waiting. If you was in the building waiting, and I'm standing out here, this wind blowing, you get to the back of the line.
I wait because I just look at it. You know, it is what it is, man. But I don't think chivalry is dead. I think the brother just he has to find somebody that make him want to look at it different. You can't tell a man he should do something and he don't really feel it in him to do it. So, but it's not dead. He just hasn't found somebody to make him want to change that.
So in essence, do you think it's partly the women that allow this?
I mean, I open doors. I opened a door for a woman today. That's just what I know. And then she opened the other one. It took everything in me to tell her, like, hold on, I get that one too. But she probably didn't come from that. You know what I'm saying? She probably used to, he opened the first one, because she didn't expect me to do that.
Right.
And she just opened the second door and walked in. Like, some things, we're a little older. Mm-hmm. A lot of the young generation people, they don't care, man. Nope. Like, they look at it like y'all got too much time on your hands.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is what it is, man. I think everybody should be a gentleman. Everybody should be a lady.
That's good. I mean, even it's funny. I talk about some things you don't realize was you was missing out on until you had it. One of the things I tell about, like when I would go on dates and I would open the door for a woman to get in the car. And before I get to my side of the door, my side of the car, she's leaned over and opened that side of the door.
Why do we need the right someone in order to show common courtesy? It's common to you. It's not common to everybody. Everything in life, everybody don't agree with. You think open a door for a woman just like I do is what we supposed to do. Everybody don't look at it like that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people
and some women don't even care.
Yeah.
They don't care about that kind of shit. You know
I think they don't care until they get it on a consistent basis. I think if you get something that's what I was talking about. So for me, I didn't appreciate, or I never knew it was a thing for, if I open the door for you, you get in my car, and then you lean over and hit the door for me. I'm like, dang, she really.
That came out of a movie, because I know many movies where a dude open the door and the lady sitting there getting her seat, she get comfy, she ain't even trying to open that door.
Right.
But that don't mean she wrong. That just means
I'm not saying it's wrong. That's what I'm saying. So somebody will upgrade you to a certain aspect if you have never been exposed to this type of behavior.
That's true.
You know?
That's just like you said, it is other things besides opening the door. How many restaurants you go to and people just sit down? Yeah. Both people. Yeah. Both of them. They just sit out. Mm-hmm. Where you want to sit? I'm going to sit on this side. I'm going to sit on this side. Okay.
It's so weird when I see the dude sit down first, though. It's just weird when I see that.
Yeah. It's weird, but it's weird. If they both sitting down and if she ain't expecting it, it ain't weird to me. To me, I'm just looking like they just sitting down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we older. I don't look at the young generation the way a lot of people do. I just look at them as they just don't know it. They don't care, and they just, it's not their thing. And that's on man and woman side. A lot of things that we take serious, they do not, and we can't say they wrong for not doing it. It's just not them. My son is different because he learned from me. My daughters are different because they learn from me.
So it's not common. Should it be?
Says who?
The way we want to be treated.
Does closing the door or pulling back a seat define everything in the,
not everything.
That's what I'm saying. Because I could do a great. I'm not gonna use me because I'm doing it. But a guy, let's take Henry Wine. Henry Wine's a great dad, a great husband, but he ain't opening the door for a lady he don't know.
Right.
Does that define him as a man?
Not at all.
So it's like
not at all.
Some things it all comes down to who you is. And I ain't gonna say you wrong for not doing it. I look at you a little weird. Like, okay, you on your pimp shit. I get it. But,
right. And she with it, then we all with it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't make her, want you to open that door. She might be like, man, I just want to sit down. Now that'll turn me off. If I go to open a door, I'm the one to stand outside. You open the door, I sit down looking at the stars. Like, what are you doing? When you bring your black ass back outside, so I can open the door. But everybody don't subscribe to that, and I can't be mad at them. I just Genuine, don't you my boy though. I ain't gonna do you like that.
He's sitting there waiting. His fingers on the phone, ready to say.
Over that door, dog.
He on that phone, man. I'm just one of them.
Like that go to like even cooking. Should a woman serve the husband first or the kids first? Like, it's so many things that, it comes down to the individuals, man.
The individuals, yeah. And I've always looked at it like, if you allow that other party to do this thing or you don't allow them to do it, they'll change their ways or you don't deal with them. Right. You know what I mean? Because
like we get out the bed at the same time. Who's supposed to make the bed? Right. Like, is it a woman's duty to make the bed? Right. Or is it you know what I'm saying? Like, if we spending all this time on this kind of shit, I'm good. I just stay by myself.
We gotta figure it out. Gotta figure it out, man.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because I think you do. If you're trying to get something, you're gonna do. If they set a certain standard, you're gonna follow that standard if you want it. I know. I used to jeans and t-shirts all the time, and then the lady I was dating put a suit on. I ain't wear no suit. Put a suit on, man. I was getting all kind of attention. I started buying suits after that.
So you bought it? You got it for the attention?
With the suits? Yeah. Nah, that was part of it. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, when I got that extra attention, just, you look nice, young man.
So they not saying that in the Timbs?
Nah.
They wasn't saying
they wasn't saying that in my Air Force One. This back when I was wearing Air Force One.
Oh, they wasn't saying that?
Nah, they wasn't saying that. You just look like everybody else then. You look like everybody else out there with the throwback jersey and your Air Force One. Right. Okay. Your little fitted hat. You look like the rest of them.
Moving on, because I'm tired of beating up Derek in this conversation. I got one, dog. I had posted it in the group about it's called Men at Work. Was a story about the percentage of men that's just working, period, has dropped like 11% from where it was. And the number was like in the 90s or something like that. But I can't remember exactly what it was. But it's dropped. My question to you is that because of lack of men just not want to work, or is it the entrepreneur? Because they was talking about blue collar. Okay. So is the entrepreneur thing taking over, or is it the fact that women provide these safety nets for these men that just don't want to get out here and get a job? I'm glad you say that. Like what could it be? Because I mean, for the number to drop, where they talking about, there's so many jobs out here, but there's no body to work them. They say the money's there and everything, just nobody wants these jobs. Yeah. Has the entrepreneur became so great of a thing since the pandemic that jobs that we looked at in the way of these prestigious jobs are now like, man, I ain't doing that, but you ain't doing nothing though. Right. And 11%, that's huge. Like that, it's like it's like 83 something right now from what the video. I was like, damn, that's a lot, man. Yeah, that's a man just not working. Well, blue collar. Both of them. That's what essentials say. Both of them.
Both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the women thing. I had this conversation about a week ago. A lot of mothers ain't gonna like to hear what I got to say right now. Mothers tend to have a God complex when it comes to their children. And I say that in the sense of,
consider you ain't got no kids.
Hey, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Hear me out. Okay? Mothers, and I didn't have to have it because my mom was the same way. Mothers have this idea in this head that they can make everything right. And they do everything within their power to do so. Saying that, okay, if that's not going to happen, I'm going to go out here, pick up another job and make sure that's straight. pick up, if you can't do this, I'll do that. I knew women that had sons in their houses, that they would go out and cut the grass, son in the house, make excuses for them. But no matter what was happening with these kids, the mother, and it's I think it's an innate trait to make sure that your kids are okay, that you want to make sure that your kids are okay. But I think when it comes to a certain age, you can't make everything right. Some things are just out of your hands. And they tend to put it on themselves. And the guilt kind of falls in to say, well, dang, I wasn't able to do this. So now I'm going to do this to compensate. So then you look at a kid that, a son that probably didn't have his dad around. And the mom was like, okay, I wasn't able to do this.
Plays a huge part.
Exactly.
They saying, like you were saying, like, women going out and they're working 2-3 jobs to make sure the kids are straight. That one job just might be able to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they still want to do things for their kid. So they take on that. Mm-hmm. But they force to take it on because he's not there.
Right.
So I don't think that's what you said.
A God complex?
Yeah. I just think that's every parent wants the kid to have more than them. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to do whatever they got to do to get it. Mm-hmm. Some mothers, some fathers work. I was just talking to a guy today. Shout out to the homie Craig. And he said, for a long time, he always had 2 jobs. He said, and it was for him to get ahead, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, he didn't act, but he wanted to get ahead. He wanted to live a certain way, so he did what he had to do. And his kids, they just the fruits of his labor. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I get on the survival aspect. But I mean, in situations where, let's say you got a teenager that, we either push college or the service or get you a real job. A lot of these kids now is just like, I just figure it out, and they sit around the house for the summer, 2 summers, like you said, let me start up this T-shirt business. Mm-hmm. But you're still in your mama house, We talking
about teenagers now.
Yeah, teenagers. Well, it's some.
But I'm saying as a teenager, 20s. You technically are still at home.
Well, yeah. Well, let's go past teenagers. Because you got early 20-year-olds.
Okay.
They want to start up. They want to start their, I guess for us, it was either college, service, or get out and work. For them, let me figure out what I want to do and play with it because I got somebody that's going to look after me.
I mean, just like, Essential said on the thing right there, she said, people don't want to be told what to do. That's the entrepreneurial, thing that's going on right now. And it's like we was talking about the other day at work, you got realtors who had never sold a house. Right. But they technically they're a realtor, but they never sold a house.
And even with the entrepreneur, you get you a trade. You get you a trade and you can be an entrepreneur once you get that trade.
Absolutely.
But a lot of them don't even want to go to school and learn that.
I mean,
they make good money.
I mean, don't nobody want to do the hard part. You know what I'm saying? That's just reality. Don't nobody want to do the hard part. Everybody want to go straight to the money. Yeah, to the money. The grind is nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
Well, I just look at it. I want to know why. Like that number is significant. That's like saying 80% will work. That's a lot of people a lot of men not working on that 20% side.
And there's somebody taking care of them.
And that's a problem right there. Yeah. Not saying the entrepreneurial thing is very tough. It keep you up at night. Some people get sick. You know what I'm saying? I commend anybody that took it on and that's actually successful with it. But if you got a family, you need to be able to do both until that product you trying to move or that whatever it is, that's be able to pay the bills. Like not to work and just say,
I'm gonna chase my dream.
Yeah, that's heavy, especially if you with somebody.
Yeah.
And then on top of that too, man, a lot of these jobs, man, are they even worth the money? It's a lot going. Blue collar work ain't easy, bro.
No, it's not.
So to be up in your older part or your later years, and then you still want to get out there and blue collar is for young men. You know what I'm saying? Because about as you start getting older, your job supposed to be getting easier in that job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if you still doing the same thing you was doing for 20 years, bro.
And it's hard to see these young men now that come in with the enthusiasm that want to do the job.
You had that same enthusiasm when you started.
Yeah. I'm saying, so now, how many young guys you see coming in the door with that same enthusiasm that we had when we started?
But I think they look at the job different than we did.
Of course.
For us, it's a job. Mm-hmm. For them, they just stopping by until they get their next thing. Mm-hmm. I always said this, and I stand by it. I commend the youth for not wanting to work like that.
To follow
they want to use their minds to get that money, and I ain't mad at that. They only problem is until they get there, we got to deal with them. Holy shit, you guys is crazy. But I commend them for that, man. Long as they got a plan, man, I think we should support if it makes sense to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to put money behind this thing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what happens.
Yeah, but if you just talking about I'm gonna do T-shirts and. I ain't seen the first one you did. My man, I need you to go out there and find something to get that started. Yeah. My nephew is, he done fell into that. He got a clothing business and he moved some things, To me, he could be doing so much better, but he doing the way he want to do it. And just like she said, people don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
So, it works for him. Eventually, every now and then he go get a job. You know what I'm saying? But I always tell him, I'm like, until this clothing line is really paying some bills, car notes and house note and all that, you have to work, sir. And that has to be something on the side because you have children.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. I'm going to go back to what you said, which makes sense. Usually in those situations, we are the ones, the mother and fathers of our age.
Yeah.
Are the ones that are paying for these dreams
getting them started.
For them to chase them.
Yeah.
Do you feel that that's because of those dreams and the type of money that they could possibly make, that they're putting themselves in a position to be in our position to be able to provide for their children's children as they come up? Because I honestly don't hear, like you said, a lot of these young folks now that go into these things and this and that are really saving, putting stuff back. Or giving back. Well, I won't say give back, but putting stuff back and having something consistent. Like I said, if we start a hustle, it's on top of our everyday job. But their hustle is their job.
Because a lot of them don't even want to get into what we do or jobs like that because they're afraid that they get stuck there. So they rather struggle. And if you got a parent that's allowing you to struggle, like you said earlier, somebody else paying the bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can work this until one day I wake up and say this ain't it. Like this ain't happening. I need to do something else and maybe regroup or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't nothing like a parent's backing.
Yeah.
I just hope, somebody in place to, cut the water off or, the money, whatever. But I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I can't sit here and tell somebody not to chase their dream.
Yeah.
I can tell them, chase it, you know what I'm saying? But, go get something else until you get there.
Yeah.
So
gotta have some kind of structure.
I don't know, man. You gotta be, I just think he blesses everybody in different ways. And you might have to be at a certain level of poverty before he bless you on that side, man. I only see a lot of people with poverty getting that kind of stuff done. So I mean,
Yeah, you hear the stories, the NBA stories.
Yeah, football. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's 12 of us. I had to go. I had to walk to practice.
Right. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Shoot. I had one more thing I want to touch on.
Y'all know somebody trying to look for a job, man. Hey, man, tell them there's jobs out here, man. I know everybody don't want to work a job. I get it. You're entrepreneurs, career driven. I get it. Mm-hmm. But until then, man, there's jobs out here, man.
They hiring too.
For real.
They hiring quick. You just gotta put in the effort.
And it might, everybody say that you don't want to do a job. You ain't gonna stay at a job you don't like, and I get that. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you got to stay there if you got mother miles to feed till you find something else. But just don't sit at home, and definitely don't sit at home and be kissing on some lady and you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
to kiss on that lady. Sex is for people with jobs. I'm gonna say that. Sex is for people with jobs. That's a luxury for people that gotta go deal with other people. What about the ladies
on Section 8?
No, man, fuck all that, man. Sex is for people. They
Section 8, they can't get no.
Hey man, go get a job, man. I'm paying for that, so I can say, go get a job.
You're right. We are paying for that.
So man, hey, you shouldn't be humping if you ain't punching nobody clock, or you an entrepreneur that you got swipes people buying your product.
Right.
Keep that thing in your pants. Moving out.
Oh man, goodness gracious. Nike.
True that entrepreneurship has been glamorized primarily by scammers. That's right. You right about that.
Yeah, and they're getting locked up right now too.
Wow.
Nike started suing some people, whole lot of people, for trademark infringement, saying that a lot of designers and people started using their shoes and making them their own and making a profit off of it. Some have made businesses off of it. One, I think it's one, Cool Kai. It's a group of guys, two guys that has a shoe company, and they use the Jordan 1 silhouette, and they took the check off and put a star on there, I think it is. And they made a lot of money. Good business. They're suing Nike back, saying that they didn't infringe on the trademark of the shoe. And they were highlighting the things that are different on that shoe versus the original Jordan 1. At what point do you feel where is that fine line of trademark infringement? If, and like I said, on this shoe, the only difference is the star as a size to
your eye.
To the check.
To your eye.
Okay, explain it. Because
I mean, I watched a show, one of these shoe guys, and they broke him down. Mm-hmm. The one versus the Cool Kais, whatever. The sole stitching is different, like what they call it, the
midsole.
Yeah, like there's a lot of little different things. I don't know if it's enough to say it ain't the same, but they do have different features or different things on their shoe that they can say, okay, it's not the same as yours. It's similar.
It's the same silhouette though. So that's why I say if the trademark
that's what they saying is not. They saying they changed enough with it's not the same. It's just a tricky business, dog. Yeah, I'm on your side. Yeah. Like, it look the same to me, but when I be like, you be in little shoe groups, man, and they be talking about stuff. I be like, hey, man, this is a shoe, man. Like, I just want to wear it. Yeah. So,
yeah, and I know also in fashion, shout out to Jasmine Jabri when she was here, and she would talk about a lot of dress designs that she would make. Yeah, that you can't trademark a certain cut.
Right.
So she would make dresses and send out samples to a company, and they's like, nah, we don't want it. And then next thing you know, they're selling it. And it was nothing she could do about it because under their name.
Right.
But I think with the monster of Nike
going to make them people go broke. And they could still be right at the end, but they going to give up that on their suit because Nike money that long. I'm rooting for them. For one, because they black. You know what I'm saying? Two, because they giving a challenge to Nike that they ain't never seen. Mm-hmm. Because the colorways is different. The exclusiveness of it is like they found everything that's in today's shoes with these young kids, and they capitalizing off of it. Yeah. Like I'm rooting for them with that. Fuck Nike. Like I'm still on my Kyrie shit. Right now, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, and I wear Nikes. I ain't gonna put it like that, but I'm rooting for him, man. Yeah. I really am, man, because you're not gonna beat him, man, and the world not gonna let you beat him.
And this is the one thing I stand differently from you because I'm a Nike guy, but I stand with them on this aspect. They were claiming that BAP, which is
they sued them too.
But it took how long? BAP did this 15, 20 years ago or something like that. And so once these guys, the shoe designers of now today, which are usually majority black guys, that come up with these designs off of these same silhouettes, Now that they're getting some popularity and some shine, now Nike says, okay, we're going to sue you guys, and then we're going to go back and sue
you know why?
So this company.
Because when you log onto their site
10, 20 years ago.
and you see sold out.
Right.
And then you got your shoe over here.
And it's sitting. Right. I don't like the fact that they decided to do it because now some people, the little black guy, is starting to make some noise. So now I got to stop y'all.
Exactly, because they Asian, right? They Asian,
yeah.
Right?
And that was back. If you remember back in the 90s, day, the early 90s with the long white tees. That was a long time ago.
I ain't do long white.
I didn't either, but that's when they was popular. That's when it was popular.
You know, I'm always gonna root for the poor of the two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Underdog.
I just, Nike, y'all making so much money off of people, period. You know what I'm saying? That gotta let somebody in. You don't have to, but they're gonna find a way to get in. And some people are willing to risk it all to get in. You could sue them.
Yeah.
But they might be like, I'm going bankrupt. I ain't got them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What you want to do?
That's a new way to start over.
I ain't even got a job. How we gonna do it? So
I'm bankrupt.
And I hate it for it to happen to little people. You know, as far as like, let's say somebody try to trademark what Ja did. I would hate it for her. Like somebody big come and be like, yeah, that's our product, blah blah blah.
You can't sell that.
You know what I'm saying? So I would hate it for that. I know she got her business. You know what I'm saying? Dotted I's and crossed T's, but I would hate it for somebody like that. But when big companies like that,
and that's the peculiar aspect for me. Like
I don't care.
That's not touching y'all pockets
at all.
In all honesty, we're supporting each other at this point.
But people don't stay billionaires and all that by caring about the little man. That's why they're able to charge this much for shoes. And people out here killing each other. You see the young boy, the brothers in the in the Hibbits factory stealing the boxes of shoes. Yeah. Like it's to that point now. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy. Okay, you ain't got to throw your little threat out there, man. So we got it. Essential.
She do got that trademark. We shouted out when she got that trademark.
She was on the show and came out here with it. All right.
She was real subtle with it.
Yeah.
She one of them quiet ones, but she doing big things.
Yeah, now you want to put your little threat out there. All right,
man, yeah. But that's another week in the books. Y'all know we ain't gonna be here next week. We gotta go. Well,
we just won't be here, bro.
What, man?
We just won't be here, brother.
Nah, I was gonna say.
I don't know what you gonna say, but it's.
I'm gonna be somewhere supporting one of my brothers.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know what you talking.
I don't know what you was doing. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I said I'm gonna be somewhere supporting one of my brothers. He's a great artist, and I'm gonna go check him out, one of his shows. So, yeah, we're going to do that, man. But we appreciate y'all chiming in here, hanging out with us once again. I appreciate everybody that's been soaking up these hoodies. Y'all looking real good in them, and the pictures y'all posting. We got more coming. Big fellas. 2X, 3X. I got y'all, man. We got y'all.
Kwame might need a 4. He don't work no legs, but
we got him, though.
He big up top.
We got them. Don't worry. We got the big fellas covered too, and man.
Vince might need a 6. I'm just saying.
Hey, hit the line. We gonna get them taken care of. I just want to show our appreciation for them putting in and showing us some support, man. We appreciate y'all coming in and showing us some support. And like I said, stick with us. We gonna keep doing what we do, having a good time with it. And you got anything?
Nope.
All right, that's scary.
Oh yeah, I got something.
I know it.
I finally found a song of Beyonce that I like because I think she trash.
All the way.
Right. Yeah.
All the way trash.
I mean, she ain't my thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But I think it's called Cuff Link or something.
Okay.
The remix when she took the Twister beat.
Oh, okay.
That shit crazy.
That's what you wanted to end with.
Yeah, I wanted to end with that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to end with that.
Like I was saying, we appreciate y'all support, and y'all be safe in them streets, man. We love y'all.
Yo, man. Hey, I like the remix, man. You ain't gotta do
look, I'm not doing this. Not doing this with you, brother.
You ain't even heard it.
I've heard it.
You don't like that?
I'm not listening to it like that. Y'all was down there when she was doing the house music, when Drake did the house music. Y'all ain't want to hear that. So now they come back and they throw a hip hop beat on and you back on it. Get out of here, man. I listen to all kind of music, man. Y'all have a good time out there. Y'all be easy. And we just gonna keep on doing what we doing. This guy.
I like the song.
I bet.